Welcome back, everybody. This is Ron Rogers, and you are listening to the Business Blueprint Podcast. We are the podcast that asks you hard questions. We make you think, we make you consider different things, and more importantly, we are here to help your business grow, help your business make money, and help your business provide a better product or service. If you are a first-time listener, I do want to say thank you very much for tuning in. You're here to learn some really cool stuff today, and I'm pretty sure that on the other end of it, you're going to feel like you want to come back and be a repeat customer. If you are a repeat customer and you're a listener again, back for more good info, thank you very much for coming back. I want to talk to you guys specifically for a second. If you haven't liked my Facebook page yet, or you haven't subscribed to my email list, please take a second and do that now. It just helps me connect with you outside of the podcast and give you more good stuff, right? But today we're going to talk about something that we all have dealt with in the past, and that is bad customers, right? Like the really, really bad customers. These are the ones that you tell everyone you've ever met about, and you use this sentence: man, if I didn't need the money, or if I didn't want the money, I would fire these people. I would tell them to piss off because I don't need their bullshit, right? We've all been there. We all have these customers. We'd love to fire them. I'm going to hit you with a shocking realization today, though. Here's some reality. The situation might be avoidable. It might start at the top. It might be that you're creating the situation. And it might be that they're just impossible to work with. Either way, it doesn't matter. That's what we're going to talk about today. So just real quick, though, if you're a person that says we're comfortable with where we are and we're not looking for new customers, this ain't your podcast, right? If you are saying those things, but yet you're still finding ways to cut back and tighten your belt, so to speak, give this podcast a listen. Go back and listen to some of my other stuff, and you're going to find out that I'm teaching tried and true business processes and tips and tricks that have been proven to work in the past, and you're going to see your business grow. They say that you attract customers that are just like you, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for people that are growing businesses, not afraid to drop an F-bomb, people that are real, and people that are listening to this podcast right now. All right, but enough about me and enough about my blah, blah, blah. Let's get down to business. Let's start talking about these bad customers. Bad customers, problem child, whatever you call them, okay? If the situation was avoidable, would you take whatever steps necessary to avoid that entire situation? Okay, the problem might be avoidable, but so we all understand, the problem is asshole customers. These are the ones that boil our blood just by looking at them, right? Your whole staff then is like in a tizzy, and they're off task for a little while because they just can't concentrate after this person leaves your office, right? Then we're going to talk about them for the next 20 minutes because, let's face it, we got to calm down. To be fair, that's healthy for the person to talk about it, but it is absolutely awful for the business because everybody's off task. Nobody is doing a damn thing. It is even worse for your company if that customer walks back through the door while everybody's mid-trash talk. Because what happens? Everybody stops talking, and then we all look guilty, right? Not good. Let's be honest, though. The reason we put up with these customers is because that's how business works. We need them. They need us, so we just kind of deal with it, right? But why does that happen? I think it all comes down to evolution. I'm not kidding. Don't bail out on me now. Like, I'm not going to start talking about the meaning of life or anything like that, but I'm talking about the way of the world in 2017. You guys remember the days when we had a guy for that, right? Everybody had a guy for that. No matter what the situation was, you just called the guy, right? Because we had a guy for that. It's hard to find a guy for that in 2017 because everyone is looking for something bigger and better, right? Once upon a time, there used to be a thing called loyalty. People worked for a company with the intent of retiring with that company. Speaking of knowing a guy, I've known a guy for close to 10 years, and when I first met him, he was in education. Okay, it was they call it for-profit post-secondary education. In other words, a career college. And I've known him for close to 10 years. He has, since I met him, worked for 3 different organizations, and is now back at the first one that he started with in a completely different role. But here's the thing, when I first met him, he was pretty fresh out of the news industry. So 3 different institutions, and some of those jobs he may have left voluntarily, some of them he may have been asked to leave. However, I know the truth, but it's not important for the purpose of this story. But like I said, once upon a time, there was loyalty. In 2017, the cold, hard truth is that people just don't care anymore. You see it every day, right? Sometimes your employees care, sometimes they don't. I'm sure some of you have employees that show up late, they don't have a car, they have childcare problems, they might have a drug problem, maybe they've got no work ethic at all, right? The list goes on and on and on. There might be a ton of reasons why we've got terrible employees. We all have problems, but some of us know how to separate those problems from our business life. Right? And when we find that one person who is at least reliable, they might have all the problems in the world, but at least they're reliable. And we're willing to put up with a little extra bullshit just so we have the peace of mind of saying, I know what I'm getting. Here's a tough question. What if it's you? What if you're the one that causes all the problems, right? If you were the problem child, how would you know? And if somebody did let you know, are you the type of person that's able to take that and make changes? Or are you the one that's going to go, you know what, I'm being a jerk. No, you're being a jerk. No more, get out of here. Well, I'm not working with you anymore. Right? Here's a quick story for you guys. I had a conversation recently with a business owner who used these words. He said, I don't care about their convenience. Think about that. This guy, we were talking about cloud sharing, plans, blueprints, etc. Basically, what we were talking about was making communication between all parties involved seamless, right? And uploading plans and have everybody share markups and whatever. But anyways, the major point of the conversation was how to save his customers, you, contractors and subs, time and money. And this guy flat out said, I don't care about their convenience. And then he started talking about people getting sued for random crap and stuff like that. So this guy doesn't care about you enough to try to even make a small change, right? I questioned how easy he was to work with, and I questioned how many people are very willing to work with him, right? So think about that. How willing are you to work with somebody like that? What do you think that guy's like to work with? Maybe you already work with him. Maybe he's the guy that never answers the phone, and when he finally does, it's your fault that you couldn't get a hold of him. Right? And if you have been working with somebody like that, we'll change the name here to protect the innocent or ignorant, whatever you want to say. But if you've been working with people like that for years, you probably just say, oh yeah, that's that's John. But once you get to know him, he's not that bad. Not that bad, right? Translation on that. And what you actually want to say is, yeah, we're just used to John. He's an asshole, but we don't have to talk to him often, so we kind of just tolerate him. Is that what people are saying about you? Do they just tolerate you, right? My question is, do you care about your customers? Not only do you care about them, do you care about them enough to consider being more accommodating to them, to altering just slightly the way that you do business to be more accommodating to them? Here's what it comes down to, folks. I have listened to countless contractors, subs, everybody say this exact same line, right? I'm a good old boy. I'm a no bullshit kind of guy. I'm a shake your hand promise kind of guy, right? It's all about customer service. And then I turn around and I catch some stuff like that out of the same guy. Is that customer service? How many of you guys realize that each of you, the contractor, the sub, the architect, they're the customer. You guys are all each other's customer, not just the person buying the home or building the home, right? Not the person writing the check. Okay, if you get comfortable using John the asshole, what happens to you when John drives away so many customers that he can't afford to stay in business anymore. I'll tell you where it leaves you. It leaves you like another John Travolta in Grease, when he's stranded at the drive-in, branded a fool, right? I'm not even sorry for breaking into song right now. I'm a musician and I like this stuff. And if you listen to my podcast before, you know that I break into song in the middle of these things. So, anyways, the last problem I want to talk about today is something that I already referenced a few minutes ago, and that's making life easier for your customers. I'll ask this, guys. How willing are you to work with people that make it easy for you to work with them? When is the last time you called any type of customer service support line? Right? There are a few different types here. If you've called the DMV lately, here's what you get. We're experiencing an unusually high call volume. We cannot accept any more calls at this time. Please call back later. Boom, they hang up on you. Frustrating as hell, right? All you want to do is reach for that phone and strangle someone. And the sad part is, even if you could, it would still be the automated attendant. Right? The next type of thing that I have noticed is, push 1 for English, 2 for Spanish, and then you work your way through this huge tree full of press 1 for this, 7 for that, 9 for something else. And then you have to talk to it, and it doesn't understand you, but you put in, your account information and your name and your firstborn child's name and blood type and all that bullshit that they want you to put in. And then all of a sudden you get a live person on the phone and they ask you all the same questions. Frustrating again, right? Are they focused on customer service? Okay, the next one, this one is actually not as bad. This is the one where they go, you are currently number 15 in the queue. If you would like us to hold your place in line and call you back when it's your turn, please press whatever number or enter your phone number now. And then you get to hang up and go about your day. And then they call you back, right? It's a lot more convenient. That, even though it sucks that you can't talk to somebody right now, that is still customer service. They have made your life easier, and they're going to call you back. And guess what you're going to do? You're going to answer the phone when they call back, and you're going to talk to them. Why? Because that's what you wanted to do. That is customer service. Okay? How long are your employees willing to put up with a hostile work environment, a place where they don't feel like they're valuable, right? Or even if it's the customer on the other end of the phone calling in and being miserable to your employees, how long are they going to put up with that before they start looking elsewhere? Company culture, it's a real thing, guys. We make jokes out of it, right? We're like, oh, that's my work wife, ha ha ha, and things like that. Those types of relationships in the office are healthy. If you hear a lot of complaining, worse, you hear a lot of silence, right? Maybe you've got a big red flag flapping in the wind. Okay, remember that friend of mine who has worked for 3 different companies in less than 10 years? We're going to clarify, they were high up positions. Okay, he wasn't some crumb bum, down at the bottom doing nothing, whatever. I'm talking C-level, almost C-level employee, director level, positions. People are looking for something better. Your employees are looking for something better. Even if they're happy, they are looking for a better option. Just like your car insurance, you should be shopping too. Okay, you should shop every so often just to see if your situation can get better. Just to see, even if you're happy. All right, look, here's where I'm going with this. Lousy contractors are going to get busted for something eventually. Okay, the good ones are the people who work with other people to make it easier for them to do business. Think about that. How willing are you to work with someone who makes things difficult for you? You'll do it, but you're not willing. You're not going to stick around long. Okay, I feel like I keep beating that. It's like a dead horse, and I'm just whipping on it right now. All right, if you're a smart person, you will keep working with those people while you are looking for alternatives. Right? Again, we're always looking to make something better or looking for something better. Right? As soon as that opportunity presents itself, you're gone. Right? You're out of there. Look at your customers. If they are bad to you, chances are pretty good that you're bad to them too. It doesn't matter whose fault it is, two wrongs don't make a right. This is the United States of America, the land of the free, the home of the brave. More importantly, it is the land of opportunity. Okay? I know for a fact that as long as someone wants to be in business, they're going to find a way to be in business. I know somebody that buys dental scrap for a living. Okay? And he does damn good at it. This guy makes a living, all right, either way. He makes a living buying shit that's been in people's mouths. You talk about a niche market, that guy's got it nailed down. There is someone in business for every minute faction of this earth, period, dot, space, end, whatever. Okay? Good business owners recognize their worth. Bad business owners work to make money. Good business owners understand the power of relationships. Bad business owners are just looking for the next job. Okay, good business owners, here we go with this good-bad game, right? The good ones enjoy the fruits of their labor by getting to watch their business grow with great employees, okay? Bad business owners are always making cutbacks, tightening the belt, looking for budget, keeping our fingers crossed and hoping that the jobs keep coming in, right? Which one are you? You on the good side or are you on the bad side? In my blog and my podcasts, my email newsletters, social media updates, I am always talking about efficiency, time management, automation, and basically making things easier for you and your customers and your employees. I focus on relationships, and I know that products and services, they don't reinforce relationships, okay? People do. And happy people reinforce healthy, happy working relationships. Unhappy people tend to foster more unhealthy, volatile relationships. And if you're the type of person that you like to make your people or keep your people happy, both your customers and your employees, it'll automatically repel the bad people, right? And when you no longer have to deal with them, it's amazing how fast a bunch of other problems go away. Earlier, I mentioned a cloud platform that makes sharing plans between architects, engineers, and contractors and subs, anyone that needs them, basically, a simple and efficient process. It is a free software, and I want to show you how that works for you and your customers. I want to make your day-to-day life easier so you can focus on building stronger relationships with the right people. All right? It's a free software that comes with one of my printers. I'm not trying to sell anybody a damn thing. If you choose to buy one of my printers, it just makes your process a lot easier. But if you're an architect and you work with some contractors that have already bought plans from me, it might be in your best interest to know the system and the software that your customers are using because you can use it too. You don't need the printer to use it, but it would be wonderful if you could make a 10 or 12 step process, a very cumbersome, very long process of sharing plans down to a 2-click process. Right? More efficient. That's what I'm looking for. I look to make things more efficient. Okay, not only do I look to make that happen, I want to help build stronger relationships with the right people, the people like you. Okay, the right people send you referrals. The right people don't argue with you about timing, price, they left the job site a mess. The right people deliver consistently. It's time and time again, and they treat you right. If you want to attract those kind of people, you need to be the same way, and you got to bring something to the table. I'm taking care of bringing something to the table part for you. All right, let me show you how. Go to my website, ProPrintingSystems.com, click the Contact Me button. It's that simple. You can also sign up for my email list. I give away industry information. We talk trends. We talk tech solutions that make things easier. I even offer specials on professional printing systems for your office. Okay, the email specials are exclusive to the email list. The general public does not get the special pricing that the email subscribers get. Okay, again, you can find that at ProPrintingSystems.com. So let's recap. Today we talked about building healthy business relationships and attracting the right people, both customers and referrals. I asked you to evaluate who you are as a business and if you're creating the volatile situations between you and your customers. Okay. We also discussed eliminating the bad contacts so you can only work with the good ones. And we also talked about automation and making things easier for your customers and employees so that they stick around and we start to build loyalty again. So I'm looking here at the count, and we're close to 20 minutes again, so I wanted to try to be brief today, but I guess we're coming in at the same time as normal. Well, at least I'm consistent, right? So you know what you're getting with me. And if this podcast helps you find new business relationships or ones that send you solid referrals and make your day more pleasant, if you liked what you heard here today and you want more, make sure you sign up for my email list. It's ProPrintingSystems.com, and you can also send me an email. It's ron@iknowron.com. If you want to meet with me, you can click the appropriate link on my website as well. I am always looking for new connections around town. I'm a customer too. I like to do business with the people that do business with me, and that's all you need to know. I am Ron Rogers, and this has been another episode of the Business Blueprint Podcast. Tune in next week for more exciting adventures. Peace, guys.